I said in a few social media posts that I'm boycotting every single game the Eagles are not in. And sticking to my word, I didn't watch a single game yesterday. In fact, I spent the majority of the day hunting down side hustles, and I believe I finally gained some ground, but we'll see what happens. And I will be boycotting every single playoff series the Eagles are not in. I will boycott every Super Bowl the Eagles are not in until we start winning Super Bowls ourselves. Because I'm still pissed off about what went down in Super Bowl 57. That was BS. We should have fucking won. Again, it's our own fault, but still. And I actually was thinking about boycotting Eagles games themselves. I was thinking about it. Was on my mind. But it didn't take me very long to decide, nah, I'm not going to do that. Because as long as the decimal point is there, there's hope, right? And also, I couldn't let you get away with the cheap narratives, because many of you act like championship opportunities grow on trees. And what a shocker, you're already wanting people fired, not even 2 games in the season. But I am boycotting 2 Eagles games, and they are the Miami and Buffalo games. And I will be doing that until I see the black uniforms return. I'm going to be boycotting every single game their replacements are in. I mean, I've been hearing word around the street that they've been replaced. The black uniforms have been replaced. And also, it's what makes the Christmas Eve debacle as infuriating as it is for me. It's right up there with Super Bowl 57, but not quite. And I've been hearing, the Gridiron Uniform Database hasn't really confirmed it. Wikipedia ain't the most reliable source. But there's been rumors that they've been replaced. Just so they can bring those overrated choke artist loser colors back. I never understood the fascination with the Kelly Greens. I never will. How many Super Bowls did they win in those again? And also, they chose the 1985 to 95 design. The design that oversaw the other 3 NFC East teams. I know the Cardinals were in our division that year as well. Those years as well, but the other 3 NFC East teams won a combined 7 Super Bowls. Meanwhile, we couldn't make it past the second round. Something that puts the 21st century Cowboys to shame. I will be boycotting every single game they're in until I see the black uniforms return. And then again, it kind of makes sense because most of yous are normie sheep. I'm kind of an edgelord, so it pisses me off beyond belief. And unsurprisingly, it has always made it more difficult for me to live growing up. I mean, it makes sense. It's easier for the sheep. It's easier to be a normie. It's easier to be a sheep, to be a puppet, to be unoriginal, to follow what everybody else does. Because you can't be yourselves because you're too afraid. But even then, you're not guaranteed good life. But that's not what this video is about. I needed to make this perfectly clear. This is something I wanted to say yesterday, but I didn't really have time. And today ain't exactly the greatest time either. I mean, of all fucking days to rain, it had to pick today. But I need to set the record straight once and for all. This is not a sports channel. I like to talk about other things. I mean, talking about one thing all the time is boring as hell. It's like Uncle Iroh once said, it is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If you take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. I mean, there are other things that I've been enjoying in life. The times I've been in self-imposed exile, I've been binge-watching Smash Brothers. I've been binge-watching a few video game series. I've also wanted to make videos about some of the things I've been cooking and telling you about them, because you'd be amazed at how much you can eat cheap. You'd be quite amazed if you can learn how to cook. I mean, I'm into the Star Wars, even though I think the Disney canon sucks. I would talk about wrestling, but it hasn't really been good for me. WWE has gotten a little bit better, but it's not exactly my cup of tea. And AEW is a dumpster fire. I mean, my favorite video game series is Donkey Kong, but we haven't really had a game since Tropical Freeze, and the Nintendo Switch port does not count. I mean, I like to talk about all these things a little bit, somehow here and there. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing it. I'm never going to stop covering the team, obviously. I'm going to be watching the game. I'm going to be covering the team. I'm going to be giving you a recap. Of course, that's not going to go away, but I'd like to talk about other things once in a while. And I hope you stick around. I hope you guys tune in. I really do. Because if you don't, and you only watch me for my fucking Eagles content, I'm going to be insanely disappointed. But whatever. That's not going to stop me from doing it. Because I do whatever the fuck I want. I don't give a shit no more, because as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing to lose, because I already lost everything, and I'm on the journey to get it all back. And it's been taking me way longer than it should. But I'm doing it. I'm just saying, stay tuned for some other content. I'd like to talk about Donkey Kong and Smash Bros. Melee. That should be the next one. And maybe my thoughts on WWE or AEW. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to come out with first. All I know is, stay tuned. I think you're going to like it. I gotta go home. This weather sucks.